Hi, I'm Dr. Rosliza. I'm a psychiatrist, a medical lecturer, and also a researcher. Well, actually, I've been used art therapy without my knowledge actually during my assessment in my clinical practice. However, I didn't make full use of it as I doubtful regarding the methods, the technique, and also the credentialing. Then I formally know regarding art therapy when I have a webinar. During that time, Dr. Aziz was a speaker. Later, all the queries or doubtfulness regarding the credentialing that I mentioned before has been answered when I joined as a trainee in professional certification in expressive art therapy by Person-Centered Creative Practice Asia. Well, we've been personally trained by Dr. Aziz. We experienced firsthand how the patient or client experience when we are exploring the emotion, the unresolved conflict, the inner self, and the do's and don'ts. That really helpful. In my opinion regarding applying expressive art in my clinical practice, as a client, I admit initially it is difficult to build rapport, trust with the therapist. However, I realized the helpful and the unhelpful thought or emotion that emerged during the processing through the joint exploration with the therapist helps me a lot, and at times it gained me some insight, and also it helped me to achieve a catharsis. As a therapist, expressive art can be used for many things. For example, as a brief screening to understand my client's or patient's state of mind. Also as an assessment to explore more regarding the feeling, the thought or emotions. And also as a therapeutic helping the client gain insight. I'm looking forward to complete the next level of expressive art therapy because I think there's so many things that waiting for me that I can use to help my clients.
Hello everyone, my name is Aminuddin Ibrahim Lasta. I have successfully completed 100 hours of expressive art therapy courses under supervision and guidance of Dr. Aziza Abdullah. In this course, I have learned so much about expressive art therapy, and I could easily and have more confidence in helping my client in helping my client using multimodality and intermodality for them to move on in their life, to help them to make tough decisions, and also in helping them to turn over a new leaf. I am so grateful that I am a part of this team, and I'm looking forward for my RIS certification soon so that I could contribute more and at large. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Hi everyone, I'm Hong Chin Yi, Health Education Officer. I would like to thank you, Dr. Aziza, offer me this course, and then I'm very happy to learn together with all my coursemates. And then, I want to share something about this course. Okay, through learning this expressive art therapy, I noticed that expressive art therapy is very powerful and very helpful in expressing emotion and story deep inside. I learned a lot and experienced the process of self-discovery, something like awareness, insight, my life direction through art therapy. For me, expressive art is a different way of communication to open up to understanding and engage with others. Expressive art therapy enhanced my skills such as managing stress, social skill, and strengthen my ability to self-regulate. It is also improved my understanding of myself to be a better me. By using painting, drawing, finger painting, doodling, making collage, toys, movement activity, writing poem, and choosing picture, we explore, interpret, express the object, people, image, and color in the artworks. It may inhibit unconscious thought and feeling that causing distress and conflict, then help to find resolution and healing those issues. Okay, I feel express art therapy is more easier for someone express the emotion, thought, and situation than words. I want to thanks again to Dr. Aziza. Okay, I'm very appreciate and I feel I'm so lucky I can meet with Dr. Aziza and all my classmates. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. I'm Abzulali Jufri from Kota Kinabalu. So my personal self-reflection regarding this workshop. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Aziza as she managed to offer this course to ASEAN people. So I eventually got the opportunity to learn more about the expressive art. So thank you so much, Doctor. And of course to my, I would say my course mate, my workshop workshop mates. So I would like to share throughout attending this workshop, I found out that there is a lot of benefit to myself in terms of knowledge, skill, competence, and self-confidence. So this course actually introduces and also exposes me to the genuine expressive art therapy knowledge, as well as inspire me to explore more about expressive art therapy, either in terms of theoretical or practical. So gaining knowledge from the expert is very crucial for me to avoid any malpractice in the helping professional setting. So I learned a lot from Dr. Aziza as well as from the classmate by receiving a lot of opinions and also perspectives so that we can improve a lot of our skill. So this also allows me to practice and also implement the application of expressive art activities in a setting. Hence, it develops my creative ways in approach the diversity of clients that eventually establish more therapeutic session in the setting. Before attending this workshop, normally I didn't have any proper guideline to implement the expressive art activities. So after I attend this course, I get a lot of knowledge. So it allows me to be more structured and also efficient in practicing expressive art activities. So I believe that the power of arts brings a lot of unconscious thought and emotion to people, which can solve their unfinished business. So this is not only brings me to explore my ability as a professional counselor, but also I can use this knowledge to help people that who need it. So I can perform and practice according to standard of professions, either in intellectual competence or emotional competence. So I would say in terms of intellectual competence, this course allow me to assess, conceptualize, and plan appropriate treatment. Even though it's just a professional certification facilitating, but it brings a lot of me to implement a lot of skill. So last but not least, it also brings level of my self-confidence to practice the expressive art activities. So I guess thank you so much, Dr. Aziza, and I think this is very crucial, a very benefit to my professional actually. So thank you.
Hello everyone. I hope everything is going well for everyone. This is Subhatra Rajaratnam. I'm a registered counsellor affiliated with Pigment Power Counselling. I also volunteer as a counsellor at the primary school. I'm currently working on my PhD in education at University Utara Malaysia under the supervision of Dr. Aziza Abdullah. Dr. Aziz is a PhD holder in creative expressive arts and play therapy for children and young people from United Kingdom. It was because of this kind person that I decided to seek a doctorate in education. I changed my major from the field of social science to education in order to study under the supervision of Dr. Aziza, the expert in art therapy. And yes, I was charged a penalty for that, and I deferred one semester. Since my master's journey, I've been following Dr. Aziza's seminar and workshop. I made it a point to attend Dr. Aziza's workshop whenever it was offered. I remember my emotional cup and emotional circle were the first two techniques I learned. However, I discovered that employing those techniques was insufficient for me to exceed my clients' expectation. Having followed that, I decided to join ACATA and learn more about expressive art therapy. My journey into expressive art started at that point. When I read that the expressive arts combine visual arts movement, drama, music, writing, and other creative processes to foster profound personal growth, I was curious. Like a lot of others, I asked, how does art therapy function? And what is it? How does art therapy heal? Does it really heal? Or does it hurt? During my entry point of my career as a mental health professional, I employed fundamental methods in visual arts. But then I discovered that in order to effectively assist my clients with their struggles and pains, I needed to develop my skill set. I chose the expressive art to assist clients in overcoming their struggles. I learned new techniques, new methods every week. That was a fascinating learning experience because I discovered new approaches that surprised me. I've seen the difference it makes when I put it into practice in my situation and in my counseling setting. Though I've completed 100 hours, I'm still learning and hope to establish a professional network for bringing the arts into the world for the purpose of growth, healing, communication, and collaborative learning. Thank you.
Hello there and welcome. My name is Jewel and I'm a registered counselor. Currently, I'm providing counseling and therapy services in Agape Counseling Center, Malaysia, Ipoh branch. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Aziz for providing this platform for us to share our personal experience after we almost complete our 100 hour of professional training in expressive facilitation. I remember back then I was interested in expressive art many years ago, and since then I started looking around for workshop and also training that related to this. It took me a while before I encountered with one of the workshops that conducted by Dr. Aziz, and I follow her FB and WhatsApp her to get more information related to expressive art. Finally, last year she started this program and I immediately joined because I know this is what I want. My initial purpose on the training will be learning a new skill to integrate it into my counseling practice. Like somehow discover a creative method or tools to enhancing counselor-client relationship. But what I never expected is that this training also acts as a journey for my own self-discovering, self-growth, and self-healing. It provides a safe space for me to explore my inner self and express them through various art media such as movement, painting, drawing, writing, sculpting, gathered imaginary, and others. The art journaling is one of the significant part in this process, I would say. It helped me reflect and make sense of the art that I created, made me to be more aware of it, gain insight from it, and discover myself meaningfully, I would say. And the process is really therapeutic in itself. And since I'm joined this training last year, I directly apply what I learned into my counseling practice. Of course, during the process, there are some challenge when using certain expressive art media, but overall, I found that expressive art, like use of drawing, color, music, symbol, and others non-verbal mode, allow client an alternate path for self-exploration, especially on their emotional state, such as using different type of art assessment tests in the counseling, not only facilitating client emotional exploration, but also provide a clue for the counselor for further exploration. There are so many benefits in using expressive art in counseling that I can't share everything here. So if you have any further question or inquiry, please type in the chat box. And finally, I would say that expressive art training had helped me grow personally and professionally. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I have so many things I have so many things want to say, and now I'm a PhD student who study in University Utara, Malaysia, and under Dr. Aziza Abdullah supervision. And in my memory, during my master degree, I became very interested in art therapy because of a class. I clearly remember that in that class, my counseling and therapy teacher mentioned about the type of art therapy and healing. At that time, I was very amazed how paintings could reflect the subconscious and unconscious thoughts of the individuals. So after this, I started my PhD program and studies. As everyone knows, Dr. Aziza is very famous and excellent in the expressive art therapy, and I'm very honored to be able to study under the supervision of Dr. Aziza. I think I could learn so much things from her. Before I joined this expressive RP workshop, everything I know about this field is only in the books and all on the paper, and my knowledge of this field is limited. And because I was interested in painting as a technique, so at that time I read a lot of books and journal articles about this topic. However, I found that the knowledge in the book was only around the theoretical descriptions, and I am lacked about the knowledge of the practice of the expressive art therapy. So I joined this workshop to study. Throughout the whole course of my studies, I have grown to love expressive art therapy. I think the only way to know the power of this modality is to experience it for your own self. One thing I remember very clearly is the first time I attended this workshop. At that time, for some reason, I started with the second module, and in that day, the practice, I was very afraid to paint it. I didn't know how to draw, and I'm very afraid to describe my product. And I was like an ignorant little child. But during the whole process, as each module is understand and which I learned, I gradually started to open up and started to create my product in my own way and can use my words to describe and express. One of the module that struck me the most was about the sense of attachment, the theme of painting a bird nest. Um, After I finished painting, I carried out the description of my product. For example, why I painted two large birds and why I painted the two birds together, and so on. At that time, I described my product and I started to cry, just because now I'm studying in Malaysia because of my PhD studies, and I didn't go back to my hometown for Chinese New Year, and so many things. My deep feelings of homesickness and missing my parents were expressed at that time. So because of every practice and session I experienced in the workshop, I deeply felt the charm and the power of the expressive art therapy. As a summary of the results of this workshop, I developed my own protocol for my PhD studies, and this protocol, which I also take it into the innovation competition and won the award. So I also invited my friends, my classmates to join this workshop as well. Until now, I think I very love expressive art therapy. I love the purity of it, the power of it. I love the creative connection, the creative process, and I also love the variety of modalities and the variety of the techniques in expressive art therapy. In here, you can use either one technique or a combination of techniques in expressive art therapy. I have enjoyed the whole process, and I have learned and grown a lot in this workshop. Finally, what I want to say is I want to say thanks Thank you all. Thanks for my supervisor, Dr. Aziz Abdullah, and thanks for my workshops friends. Thanks for everyone. Thanks for everybody's support to me, help me to grow, help me to have the effective to study to learn about the expressive art therapy. I think that's all. Thank you.